Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Crushed another workout here. It took me a while to push through, I'll tell you that. But I find myself constantly challenging myself with the exception of one move, and I'll explain that in a little bit. I think I showed you last week about the reps. This for Les Mills pump, in case you didn't know. Been just starting the beginning of phase 2, and so I decided to ramp things up a bit. Of course, there's a new workout. One is called Pump and Shred, and a little bit longer workout, a little bit more of the work for some different muscle movements, like lunges for one thing. I'm going to jump right into those. Right away, as you can see, I've got quite a few plates and things like that. So I thought I'd ramp up the weight on day one to do some lunges. I'm like, I can handle popping 40 pounds total on the barbell, and whatever the barbell weighs. And then I was feeling it really intensely. So the past couple of pump and shreds, I've backed off only about 10 pounds. So I've got 30 pounds on the weights. It's still easing back into it. You know, I know that sometimes people say, well, just work through that pain. It'll help that soreness go away. But this was a little bit intense, and I was really struggling to make it through the end the first time I went through it. So slapping on 15s each side really helped me with that. So but that being said, when it came to the dead row and clean and press move, which was done in phase 1, that's where I packed on some extra weight. Now I got to really be careful because I've got a degenerative disc in the back, and so I don't want to put too much weight in there to where that pressure makes those discs compress and then takes me totally out of the game. So I pretty much maxed out on about what I want to go there. I think maybe 25 pounds each side, so about 50, almost 60 pounds total. Going up over my head, but man, I mean, just a great move. I'm glad I'm challenging myself that way. That's been a-okay. And one of the other things that I did, you can get this with Les Mills pump. You can get yourself a kind of a step, because there is a disc in Les Mills pump that's kind of goes through a step routine, more of a cardio thing, I believe. But Hillary happened to have something from back in her step days. And so I grabbed that, and it wasn't necessarily to do the step, it was for the chest press. So the chest press, I may be close to challenging myself to put on the same amount of weights that I'm doing with the clean and press. Now today's workout I didn't, but I was remarkably impressed with what I was doing, and I thought, well, maybe I'll leave it a little bit on the lighter weight side, you know, just doing the total of the 40 pounds, but get a bigger range of motion laying my back on that step, because otherwise if you're on the floor, your elbows tend to hit the ground and whatever, but this one kind of allows you to bring that chest fully to, you know, the bar to your chest and bend down a little bit bigger range of motion. So I thought I might bonk a little bit quicker. I did not. So lesson learned. I document that, and next time I do pump and shred, gonna up the intensity there. Now speaking of intensity, there are some push-ups in this one, and I love push-ups, and all of you do. And but I have wrist issues with push-ups, and if I'm doing them on the floor, I'm almost bridging up my knuckles. So I give myself, you know, I've talked with Tony Horton about this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to recommend push-up stands if any of you have those wrist issues. These power stands that you can get from Beachbody, pretty inexpensive. And, you know, now you've taken the kind of the pressure off the wrist of being so flat and done this way, and you get more range of motion, just like the step here. But now you've given yourself, at least I give myself the ability to bang out a lot more without, pain within the wrist. And so there's that way. Now, if you don't have these, you might be able to, I don't know if these are an option. I know that, doing a set of dumbbells, now these are rounded, but I do have the ones that are kind of a hexagon shape. And, now if you get a big enough weight, you can actually use those for push-ups too. You may have a good set of dumbbells there while you're waiting for these to ship to you. But can bang those out. But that is just kind of a nice thing. And as a matter of fact, even if you're not doing pump, if you're doing like Power 90, P90X, other workout programs that have push-ups in there, if you got the wrist issues, I'd still recommend getting a set of push-up bars. I've gone and bought the ones at the local sporting goods store, and because these have a round base to them, they don't roll on you or anything. And these are plastic and lightweight, so you can move them pretty easily. And I like them better than that perfect push-up thing too, because those spin on you, and I don't like that. I know that the advertisement says that doesn't work for me. So, but one of the other things that I have been really fueling the beginning of my pump workouts and really enjoying it is the E&E, Energy and Endurance, kind of a pre-workout supplement. I know after Ultimate Reset, I had gave up caffeine and coffee, and this does have a little bit of caffeine in it. That's the only caffeine that I will have. But it's allowed me to kind of just push and maybe bring about that more intense workout, and I feel great. And I'm actually only using half a serving. I'm not using the full loaded pump serving there from E&E. But I will fuel my workouts. I've been doing this lately. Right after my workouts, which usually are in the morning, I'll go and grab lunch, which has typically been Shakeology, and I've been adding a scoop of protein powder to my Shakeology, which I haven't, I've been hit and miss, but I've been really consistent on that, and just to fuel more muscle building protein in there. So anyway, Pump and Shred was just a fun workout. The tunes rock again. The ab workout is awesome with the hover move, etc. So you'll see all the footage there, but just a blast. Always fun to bring the variety of workouts, and just to prove, you got to remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.